a shortage of engineers in the Northwest is quite a well-known problem, and particularly the likes of Jaguar Land Rover. We have plenty of people who we employ from overseas, because obviously the talent pool you want to use the best people you get, and we've got quite a number of people from abroad who come and work in Jaguar Land Rover, and they are really skilled and talented engineers. But I know Jaguar Land Rover, they're always looking for more. So anyone who's maybe a bit young and wondering what sort of industry to go into or what trade to go into, engineering, particularly women, is a highly sought after position in the Northwest.
Well, it sounds good. Women are good with engineering, but they're the main reason for car accidents. But other than that, though, thanks for sharing that with us, Dad. But anyway, though, sorry, technical difficulties. As we continue on, is one of my favourite tracks of all time. This is Lucas and Steve, Make It Right. That was Lucas and Steve, Make It Right. Brilliant duo, and all the time in the sets are brilliant. But anyway, then getting back onto the topic, we were just before talking to me dad about, you know, how long he plans on staying in JLR. But anyway, then talking about JLR, now give us a little interior on the history. How did JLR start out, for example?
Okay, well, obviously the name is synonymous with two brands, Jaguar and Land Rover, and those who look back a bit will know that they were two separate brands. So Jaguar actually started back 1922 and were initially known as the Swallow Sidecar Company, and they made sidecars. They developed in 1945. They actually became Jaguar, and they started making cars, and they've had a bit of a mixed history involved with British Leyland and in and out of ownership, but Jaguar was known as a very exclusive brand. The E-Type, was quite a synonymous car. Land Rover had a similar sort of inspirational start, should we say, where a bloke called Maurice Wilkes actually did the first design for Land Rover on the beach in Anglesey. He basically got a big stick and just on the beach in Anglesey just did the basic design. And the first Land Rovers were just made out of old army parts, really. That's why the first Land Rovers were all sort of green. And again, that just developed and it became synonymous with Rover, obviously the Rover Group, and then British Leyland. So they came together briefly, but where they really sort of became joined together was when Ford bought first one and then the other, and then BMW got involved. And then what happened was, back in 2002, Ford joined them both together to become JLR. And then obviously Tata Motors, which is obviously an Indian company, saw this as a potential viable business. So 2008 they took it on, and that's when really the story of coming back into the fore and obviously success started with Jaguar Land Rover. For example, Halewood, back in those days was a one-shift business. They used to have about 1,500 people in Halewood, and they just used to build for 8 hours a day. But due to the success of the Range Rover Evoque, they had to triple the workforce, and that's why everyone I speak to, everyone knows someone who works in Jaguar Land Rover. Everyone knows it as the old Ford, and got some fond memories of it, and always share them with me. And the company has just gone from strength to strength because of that. And at the moment, with a 24-hour operation, we start at Monday at 6 o'clock, and we build 24 hours a day all the way till Friday, and sometimes at weekends too. So we just had our most successful year, strangely enough, and this isn't a plug, but we had our financial results for the year, and for the first time we built over 600,000 cars, which makes it the biggest car manufacturer in Britain. And the company is aiming for obviously all the top luxury brand cars. That's the competition, and that's what it's aiming to do, try and beat them.
So who were they in competition with then?
Well, you think of all the luxury brand cars. Okay, simple, isn't it? It's Audi, it's BMW. It's all the top mark cars. A lot of the big car makers, they're all making similar cars. They try and copy each other, etc., etc. And for confidentiality purposes and for competition purposes, I'm not really at liberty to talk in any great depth. But needless to say, the success is built on challenging the markets in the right way and building the best product we can. I
know, but it's like as you see on the adverts, you're not allowed to slag other companies off the adverts, like Tesco versus Asda, for example. Tesco's always say we're cheaper than Asda because they're allowed to mention each other in each other's adverts. But in your eyes, if JLR were to do that, would you class that as unprofessional?
I personally wouldn't do it, because I don't think, not just with your job, but I think in life, I think you achieve more in life if you focus on your own flaws and your own problems and just make yourself as good as you can. I mean, obviously, you want to be better in a competition, and one way of checking that how well you're doing is by looking at competition, but you've got to first focus at yourself rather than constantly looking over your shoulder, because you'll miss something if you do that. And as a business, we've got to do the same. We've got to focus on ourselves and focus on being the best we can, and there's always plenty of room for improvement.
Yeah, that sounds spot on, right? And I'm sure plenty of our viewers would have agreed with what you've just said, but as we say, I've lost the schedule now. But, as we say, it's good. It's, as we say, it's a good experience for everyone. And as you can see, this doesn't sound good, but I'm getting a bit lost now, but I've lost my paper. So while I figure out what I was going to say, I'm just going to come and I'm going to ask you another question. So what advice would you give to the beginners?
Well, I mean, we brushed across many of the things. Obviously, I feel important about being in a big company like Jaguar Land Rover, and give it a bit of advice. I think generally, and this doesn't just go for Jaguar Land Rover, it goes to obviously my time in the army where, leadership and management of people was a big part of it. And I think the first thing for anyone, if you don't work hard, it's easily seen. You'll easily get a name for yourself as being someone who's lazy, who doesn't try. And first impressions are always the easiest to gain and the hardest to lose. So I think working hard is the most important thing, because even with all the talent in the world, if you don't work hard, you'll get nowhere. And then, particularly in Jaguar Land Rover, it's just about being robust and being flexible and accepting the knocks. You're not always just going to fly to the top, and everything's not going to always go right. So when you do have, things that don't go so well, it's being able to dust yourself down, pick yourself up and keep going, and not taking it to heart and not getting, downbeat. Just keep going and keep going, because those who work hard and keep going, success will come to them. And you just got to keep going and not to be too downbeat when you don't always get success.
Yeah, brilliant, say. Brilliant advice there. So I'm sure a lot of young people who listens that will be taken on. I don't know, maybe about 2 out of 10 will probably listen to that. But, but either way, it's good to have that advice. But anyway, as now we're just coming to the final 5 minutes of the show, we'd like to say thank you very much for coming on. It's been an honour to have you in the studio.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, thanks for your time for the past hours. I know you have to take time out your busy schedule. But it was good to have you on. But anyway then, as I was the outro to the show. But anyway, as I don't know if any of you found out last night, which actually come a shock to us all and stuff. And as last night there was bombings in Manchester at Ariana Grande concert. And a lot of lives in Liverpool have been lost to families, kids, and people around Manchester and all other parts of the UK. And I'd just like to take this moment on the show to send my condolences to all your families who have lost. And now all of our thoughts will be with you. And for people who have, and he was in the Ariana Grande concert last night, this is a track, it's called Into You, and it's really on the remix. This goes out to you guys.